The title of my research is The Impact of Montessori Instruction on the Alphabet Knowledge with English Language Learner Students by Katie Chavez. The purpose. The purpose of this study was to determine if higher academic gains will result on kindergarten ELL students in the acquisition of alphabet knowledge through the use of Montessori instruction versus a traditional kindergarten instruction. And Montessori instruction incorporates hands-on manipulatives and individualized instruction, while the traditional instruction uses lecture and paper and pencil to demonstrate knowledge. The central idea of the Montessori approach is allowing children to learn on their own while the teacher assesses their work and guides them in other areas of learning. Montessori students actively participate in their learning and take responsibility for their work. Introduction and justification for this research is that the Montessori language curriculum focuses on the manipulation of language. Educators understand the relationship between thought, reading, writing, and literacy learning are all forms of communication. Montessori instruction uses a multisensory approach and systematically builds knowledge by increasing information of the student's understanding of letter sound knowledge, which leads to increased vocabulary, complex language formation, and willingness to communicate naturally through interaction with peers and teachers. Methodology for this research consisted of two groups. The experimental group was the Montessori classroom, and the control group was the traditional classroom, which both consisted of kindergarten grade level students who were identified as English language learners. Each group was taught by their prospective teachers through the use of Montessori instruction or traditional methods. Both groups received the same amount of alphabet knowledge instruction, and pre- and post-tests were administered during the course of the instruction by their teachers. Scores for each group were compiled and compared using the Mann-Whitney U-test in the categories of phonemic awareness, which is the ability to think about individual words as a sequence of sounds, and in the area of graphophonemic knowledge, which is patterns of letters that represent sounds of spoken words. The results of this research are the following. Results indicate a significant difference between pre-phonemic test and post-phonemic awareness in the Montessori and traditional scores. This may be explained by students having received prior schooling before entering kindergarten. A significant difference was indicated for the Montessori and traditional class in the pre-phonemic test. No significant difference was noted on the pre-graphophonemic knowledge test and the post-graphophonemic knowledge test for the Montessori and traditional classrooms, meaning that they scored the same on both tests. Lastly, a significant difference was indicated for the Montessori and traditional pre-phonemic test. On this scale of ranks in the pre-phonemic area, the traditional class scored 10.43, where the Montessori classroom scored 18.57, which you can see a difference in the U value of the Montessori classroom in pre-phonemic of 41 and in post-phonemic of 0.000. In the post-phonemic for the traditional classroom, the mean rank was 7.5. And for the Montessori classroom, you can see a significant difference of 21.50. The U value for the Montessori and traditional classrooms in the pre-graphophonemic was 98.000, and the post-graphophonemic awareness was 91.000. On this test, controlling only for the Montessori, the post-phonemic and pre-phonemic awareness, you can see a significant difference of 0.039, and controlling only for the traditional classroom, in the post-graphophonemic and pre-graphophonemic, you see the difference that was scored by the traditional classroom of 0.046. Discussion. The data supported the hypothesis of the use of Montessori instruction to increase alphabet knowledge for ELLs in some areas. In the area that did not show a significant difference, we as educators need to further incorporate new and creative teaching styles to be more effective. Limitations in this research were the size of both groups, the population being 14 for each class, and therefore a weakness, making generalizability difficult to the larger population. Secondly, both samples of population were convenience sampling, which made this aspect a weakness also. Third, because of the uniqueness of the experimental group being a Montessori classroom and a bilingual classroom, generalizations will need to be made with considerable caution, and this is deemed as a weakness also. Future research. Due to the gap in knowledge of this research topic, replication of the same study with a broader student base is recommended. Another possible topic might be bringing Montessori awareness to educators and administrators so that they may consider Montessori teaching methods and strategies with special populations and or high populations of economically disadvantaged